I am a 24-year-old single mom and have been working at the convenience store for 1 year. I'll never forget that night. It was very quiet, just me and those buzzing fluorescent lights overhead. Only 1 hour left until the next attendant arrives and I can go home, I thought, and then this man walks in. My heart jumped. He looked scruffy, head down, hands stuffed in his hoodie pockets. Nothing good ever comes through that door at 3:40 a.m., I thought. Can I help you?" My voice betrayed my nerves. He approached the counter slowly. I let my finger drift toward the panic button under the counter as he reached into his pocket. "Actually," he said, pulling out what looked like a police badge, "I'm Detective Morrison. We've been tracking a serial killer in the area." He looked up at our security cameras. "Your cameras caught him dropping something in your dumpster last night. We need the footage." I frowned. Something felt off. "I think those cameras are broken, but let me double-check in the office to make sure," I said. The guy looked creepy to me, and I wanted to go into the office and lock myself inside. That was my mistake, turning my back on him. I heard his footsteps behind me, but before I could react, his hand was in my hair, yanking my head back. I felt cold steel against my throat. I heard his badge hit the floor with a plastic clatter, just a cheap prop. I should have known. "No need to check the cameras," he whispered, his breath hot on my ear. "We both know they've been broken for weeks." I gasped for breath, fearing for my life. The knife pressed harder against my neck. "Please don't hurt me. I'm a single mom," I cried and pleaded with him. "Oh yeah? Shut up," he said. "Give me the money in the register." He let go of my hair and forced me to walk backward toward the counter at knife point. "Open it and be quick about it. Don't even think about pushing any buttons," he said. That's when I knew he had done this before. 2 others, I heard about on the news recently, didn't make it. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the keys to unlock the register. Then headlights swept across the windows, and for a moment I thought I was saved. But they weren't stopping and kept driving. "Hurry up," he said. I gave him everything there was. "That's it?" he demanded. "Yes, that's all I have," I said. "This is bullshit. Give me your car keys then," he ordered, shoving the money into his pocket. "The blue Honda out the back? That's not my car," I bravely said. "Don't lie. I saw you drive in with it. Hand me the keys right now." He started to get mad. I thought he would lose his temper right then. I put the keys onto the counter. He grabbed them fast and pushed me backwards, and I fell to the floor behind the counter. "Stay down for 5 minutes if you want to live," he said as he ran out of the store. I lay there curled up on the tiled floor, crying and counting my heartbeats until I heard my car start up and speed off. Only then did I dare to move. The doorbell chimed again. A man walked in. It was a truck driver. Immediately, he sensed something wasn't right. "Are you okay there? What happened?" "I've just been robbed," I said. I stood up and touched my neck where the knife had scratched me. I gave him my phone and asked him to call the police. He was talking to the operator, and I said, "Tell them he's the one from the news they're looking for, the one who killed those other 2 attendants." Everything happened so fast after that. Red and blue lights filled the parking lot. 4 police cars. Officers everywhere. A detective, a real one this time, took my statement while I described everything. His height, his voice, those horrible filed-down teeth I saw when he smiled. I know now he was watching me and knew where my car was. "We've got a description of your car, and we know who he is," the detective told me. "Every unit is looking for him." My legs gave out. I had to sit down. Outside, Jane, the next shift worker, showed up, staring at the yellow police tape in chaos. She looked at me with a scared look on her face. "I'll explain in a minute," I said. The truck driver just finished talking to the police, and he came over to me and said, "I don't know how you can do this job here on your own." I told him, "I have no choice. I have 2 little boys to look after." The police called a little later, just as the sun was coming up. They'd found my car abandoned at a bus stop only a few miles away. The security cameras there worked perfectly, and they caught him on tape. They found a notebook that he accidentally left in my car. It was evidence that he'd been watching all his victims and had their addresses, including mine. I was supposed to be murder victim number 3, but I managed to survive. They arrested him a few days later. I don't work there anymore and found a job in another convenience store across town. I still get a fright in the early hours of the mornings when that doorbell chimes. I was so relieved that he was caught, and I never had to face him again.